Hello, troopers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today we'll be continuing our less known or forgotten LEGO minifigures. We're going to be heading to the OT, not the Old Testament in the Bible, but the original trilogy of movies. So I'm excited to get into that. We have about we have about 9 or 10. They're on Bricklink. They're all together, so I just did them all together. They're not any from specific movies. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they don't. So these are going to be in no particular order, kind of alphabetical order, because that's where I was looking through. But before we get there, if you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and leaving a comment down below what your favorite minifigure is from the original trilogy. So we'll start out. This is, again, kind of alphabetical order. Is going to be Admiral Piet. He came in the UCS Super Starter Story, the Executor, I believe almost 15 years ago, like 2010 or 2011. Pretty cool figure, nothing like standout except for his rank insignia, and he has a special head. Nothing crazy, but he is due to being in that UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, or UCS Super Star Destroyer. Is quite expensive, 80 to 100, and this will be the first and not the last figure from this list that is quite expensive that I have never seen. I don't watch a whole lot. I try and catch some Whatnot stuff. I get a good amount of my army builders from Whatnot, but it's not a figure I have really seen that often, if ever. Again, so let me know down below if you've seen him like on Whatnot, but I have not seen Admiral Piet on Whatnot yet. Next down from him, I think this figure is forgotten because the other light up figures like Anakin and Obi-Wan, Mace and Luminar are all a little bit more popular and recognizable from that 2005 wave of sets. But in 2005, we also got light up Darth Vader. He is also from 2005. Again, another expensive figure, but I think just because of the popularity of the other ones, and he's kind of gets forgotten about. He does get forgotten about, and of those ones, I think he's the least remembered, in my opinion. It's not the one that sticks out to me first. Down from him, we got a good chunk of Rebels. Actually, the last of these, except for the last figure, is actually a bunch of Rebels. So first off, we have General Kraken. You can see him. I don't think technically he's in. I think he was in a deleted scene from Return of the Jedi, manning one of the turrets on the Millennium Falcon. I think he was kind of like a starfighter leader. He came in the B-Wing from 2014. And again, I think I've just a forgotten figure because other figures like Tin Nub and that B-Wing pilot, or the Gray Squadron pilot, B-Wing pilot, are a lot more recognizable from that set and remembered from that set, and I think General Kraken kind of gets forgotten about from that. Down from him, Jack Porkins, a cool pilot from Episode 4. Again, he came out in the 2012 X-Wing, and I think there's just been some more popular Rebel pilots and more memorable Rebel pilots that have come out before and after, like Wedge or Luke, Red Leader, Gold Leader, more recently with different stuff again. So I think he's kind of been forgotten about when it comes to Rebel pilots, in my opinion. Next down from him, I've talked about this one. Supposedly, I should be hopefully maybe getting one of these at some point. A B-Wing pilot. Now, this is the B-Wing pilot from the Planet series, and I think just a lot of people have forgotten about him because he really wasn't released that much in the U.S. LEGO had transitioned away from the Planet series, and that last Planet series really wasn't sold in the U.S. like at all or very little, so there's very few of him in the U.S., and it just seems like he is forgotten about. Again, another figure I haven't really seen that much of. Down from him, a figure that desperately needs to be remade, especially with her prominence in the most recent Star Wars show. Mon Mothma came out in the Home 1 Star Cruiser diorama. I mean, not technically a diorama, but it was like the hangar and the bridge, not an actual ship that we've seen other times, not a full, complete capital ship design. I believe in 2009, I think it was 2009. So it's been a long time. She desperately could use an upgrade and a new figure, but nonetheless, Mon Mothma, even though someone very prominent, especially as more Star Wars content has come since then, especially in the past few years between Andor, Ahsoka, Rebels, and a myriad of other videos and shows and TV shows and such. She has become very prominent in those things, and yet we still have yet to get a new minifigure. We desperately need a new minifigure of Mon Mothma. Down from her, I do have any of the Rebel ground or technicians, kind of just one-off figures in a few A-Wings, actually, A-Wings and X-Wings, and some of them are quite expensive, actually, because they're really cool, and other ones, but again, just ones that I don't think really get talked about, and I think they get kind of forgotten, that there are some pretty cool Rebel technicians and ground crew. This next figure is, again, another one that I don't think I've ever seen on a Whatnot show, and it could be the other two pilots I've mentioned, these in the expensive Rebel Army builders, or Rebel Army pricing. At the expensive end, the UCS Zev Sineska. Now, there was a Zev Sineska that came out in the battle pack with kind of a just generic helmet. He's very inexpensive, probably the cheapest Rebel pilot. But Zev Sineska from the UCS Snow Speeder has like a full black helmet, very, very cool. He's like $130, and again, another figure that I have never seen. Him, Wills, Scatati, and I can't remember the other guy now off the top of my head, but those three that came in either UCS Battle of Hoth or UCS Snowspeeder are I think the most expensive Rebel pilots out there. And then the final figure, very amazing figure, again, does not get talked about enough, kind of forgotten just because I think the set wasn't out for that long, but one of the best sets, a set I honestly really wish I would have gotten, but Zuckuss, one of the bounty hunters, he came in the 20th anniversary Boba's Slave one. I really wish I got that set because the ship itself was really, really good. Now we've got a downscale one. Don't know if they're ever going to make one that size again. So that was really good. The figure selection was really, really good from that set as well. So I really wish I had gotten that. And Zuckuss himself, I think, again, one that kind of gets forgotten about because of other figures, but he's a really solid figure. He's like a $50 figure. Super cool, but I do think he kind of gets forgotten about. So that is going to do it today for the figures that I think are somewhat forgotten about the original trilogy. Let me know down below if you agree with my list, if I missed a figure or two and who I missed. That is a cool, good figure that is forgotten from the original trilogy. Next, I think we're going to head to TV shows. So it'll be like all the TV shows, whether except for the Clone Wars, we already did the Clone Wars, but all the animated or live action TV shows, I think we'll do that next. And then following that, I think we're going to do all the Disney era Star Wars movies together. I think that would be kind of cool. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. And also, again, comment down below what figure you think I missed or that you enjoy from the original trilogy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.